What's up, YouTube? What's happening?
Three, two, one, go.
All right, I'm sitting in the garden pose with my partner from Endless Yoga, and I'm gonna get straight to the topic for today, which is the genetics topic is a bunch of fluff to me. Fluff. And so I'll start with this. Someone tells me I have bad genetics, then what? I quit? Do I feel like sour because I chose the wrong parents? What do I do? Right there is fluff. Because the genetics factor, what it means is how we're made out, like how we were born. And if you just look around, there's tall people, short people, there are freaking people with like soft skin, tough skin. You see people with big butts, small butts, flat butts, round butts, different shoulders. You see guys with 6-pack, 8-pack, 10-pack. You know what I mean? And so if everyone's different, then okay, you were born that way. We can say, yeah, that's your genetics. But what's happening with the genetics factor is that it's lying on the wrong people. I'll give you an example. I'm sitting with this freaking guy way overweight, maybe 40 pounds overweight, and he's talking about genetics. And it's like, I don't think him and me, both of us, should be talking about genetics. If anything, we should work hard to see how far we could take our bodies and then see the results, period. And then keep working hard at it. Like me, I have a flat ass. And so what am I supposed to do about that? So what I do is that I work legs more. Not to get a bigger ass, I don't really care. But I work legs more because I like doing legs a lot. And so I do them. And so because of that, I have nice thighs and I have nice calves. And so my stomach area is like, I struggle. Lower belly fat, and so you could only see the top layers. My arms are great. They tell me all the time that my arms are my best asset. But I still don't know if I had ever taken myself to my genetic potential. I still don't know because I don't know if there's like extra things I could do. What I do is what I do, and so my body follows suit. And so the topic of genetics should stay amongst bodybuilders because they're the ones who are constantly comparing their bodies in great detail. And so what's happening is that in my realm, the whole genetics factor is a cop-out. What I hear is, people that ought to work really hard, they're using genetics as a cop-out. Oh yeah, it's the genetics. And so what they're doing is that what they're really saying, what they're implying is that I'm not gonna bother. And so what I see happening is that the whole genetics conversation, the topic, is making people cut themselves short. And so this is why I don't like the genetics topic at all, and I think it's a bunch of fluff. Because okay, you take these freaking guys in really good shape, in incredible shape, they can look at their bodies and see how far they've taken their genetic potential. But me and my freaking friends, so many of my friends are overweight or they don't exercise right, and we are talking about genetics. And so there's a certain place for that conversation, but what's happening is that it's being thrown around everywhere. Everything, oh, it's genetics. Oh, yeah, that's genetics. Oh, it's, it depends on your genetics. And so I'm like, has anyone ever stopped to say, how far can I take my body? How far? Let me see. And then you can try so many different ways to see how your body looks. That's what I do. And so I'll never know, like, I'll give you an example, man. If I were to work out with Dorian Yates for a year, imagine I switch and I work out with Arnold Schwarzenegger for a year. Imagine. And then after Arnold Schwarzenegger, I go with Athlete X for a year. And I work out with them, their styles, their way. Dorian Yates is gonna have me throwing up. Arnold Schwarzenegger will have me on his protocol. Anthony next will have me jumping around the way I love to work out. Then if I go with Greg Doucette for a year, he'll probably put me on some enhancement. If I go with some of the other hardcore guys, they'll put me on steroids. And so what happens is that I know my body will change accordingly because I'm going to be in the hands of different people and my body's going to respond differently. So another interesting point is that I live in Asia. I came here 11 years ago and everybody in this neighborhood was freaking skinny, maybe a little chubby kid here, a little chubby there. And now they say, oh, the Asians, they're skinny, that's their genetics, right? That's true, that's what they said. But now, all the fast food chains came to town. As soon as they came to town, I said, I give them 2 years before they're walking around chubby. I give them 4 years before I'm seeing obese people, and that's exactly what happened. And they're saying that freaking obesity is genetics. How about the Asian people? I'm like, come on, what's happening is that somewhere along the line, we lost our ability to observe. Look at the kids. Did you see as many fat kids, if you're like 40, 50, or 60, as you see now? Really think about that, because I'm seeing a lot more fatter kids. And so if we're talking about genetics in a place like Asia, it's like that's already a shut down conversation. And so it's a bunch of fluff. But you know, Dorian Yates said it. He says, be careful, man, because while the guy with great genetics is working out, there may be a guy with bad genetics working out 5 hours or doing something incredible to freaking measure up. And I'm like, that's the answer. Look at that freaking answer. That's freaking cool, man. Because all I can do is do the best that I can. And that's exactly all I could do. I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to get operated. I'm not taking any freaking steroids. I'm not going to go down that road. I have body fat. I can't show it because of my shirt. But I have body fat that is there because of when I was fat before. And so I'm not going to get rid of it. I want wrinkles. I want to age gracefully. I exercise because I ought to and I'm supposed to. And because, you know, living that lifestyle of eating garbage and not exercising, it hurt me. And so this is why I'm here. This is why I'm sitting here in this freaking funny looking garland pose, because I care. And this garland pose has so many benefits, you know? And so what else can I say about the factor of genetics? Here's a good example. You take a guy 400 pounds and you take another guy 400 pounds. You tell one guy that he has bad genetics and the other guy that he has great genetics. They both have to work. Either way, what are you going to do? One guy, 400 pounds, terrible genetics. The other guy, 400 pounds, great genetics. Then what? The guy with bad genetics stays that way and says, well, yeah, well, I got bad genetics, so I might as well just stay this way. I was born this way. Or the guy with bad genetics is going to have to say, man, I'm going to have to freaking work hard. The other guy probably will be able to lose weight maybe a lot faster because he has great genetics. And I'm going to have to work hard, so he's going to have to work hard. Full stop. And so I stay out of that whole mess. I don't listen to it. When someone says genetics, I just stay quiet. Fluff means fluff. What are you going to do with fluff? All right? Are you going to work out with me? Get the best out of whatever your body is capable of producing for you. And then see. Take a look. Take a look how you respond. And so anyway, catch you in the gym.